Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Wraith, and today I'm going to be going over a couple of high placing tournament lists from 2020, just because I thought, you know what, I haven't done a list video for a while, and I was looking them up, just for funsies. Now, none of these are my lists, firstly, and secondly, these are all from Arda Unleashed in Australia, a place I would love to visit and play Middle-earth. It'd be absolutely fantastic. But I thought these lists were pretty fantastic, and I wanted to go over them. So we're going to do the top 5. So if you know these already, happy days. But for those who don't, perhaps you can take inspiration from some of these and see what people are bringing and what people are missing out from their forces. So the first one is the Varages of Khan. These are all 750 point lists. And the first warband is, of course, the Khandish King on Chariot for 125 points. Then we've got an additional Charioteer for 30 points. That is cheap, so cheap. 3 Khandish Horsemen and 3 Khandish Warriors with Bow. The second warband is led by another Khandish King on Chariot. Got another Charioteer, 3 times Horsemen, 3 Warriors with Bow, and 2 warriors with a hand and a half axe. And then we've got a Khandish Chieftain on Chariot, 85 points. And he's got 3 Khandish Horsemen and 4 warriors with hand and a half axe. And then a Khandish Chieftain again for the fourth and final warband, 3 horsemen and 3 warriors with a hand and a half axe. The model count is 32, totals up to 718 points. And they got 5th place, so that's pretty good. I like that. They achieved 4 wins, so obviously very good. I don't think Khand get enough recognition. They are a good force. I don't particularly like chariots that much because I like the maneuverability of cavalry, but I can see a place why they are so fantastic in tournaments. Just mowing down people left, right, centre. Now moving on, we've got 4th place. Iron Hills. I knew these boys would be up here. As soon as I clicked on it, Iron Hills are very good. So, this is bang on the money, 750 points. And of course we've got Dane Ironfoot on his boar. He's 160 points, and he's rocking 3 Iron Hill Goat Riders with War Spears, and 14 Iron Hill Warriors with Shield and Spear. Perfect build for them. The second warband is a captain, and he's got 10 Iron Hill Dwarf Warriors with Spear and Shield, and then 1 with a banner, Shield and Spear as well. And of course, 1 Ballista for the third and final warband. That standard shield wall formation, he has got some cavalry in there to negate cavalry. He's got obviously the +1 to wound on the charge with the cavalry. It's got a bit of everything, and of course his leader can do anything the scenario needs him to. He's survivable, and if he does get Contest of Champions, I'm not sure if they did, he can do very well being strength 5 and burly with a 2-handed hammer. So yeah, number of wins, 5 points, 5 wins, so yeah, happy days. I like that list a lot. It looks very hard, very, very solid. Now, we've got 3rd place. This is Dol Guldur and Azog's Hunters put together. A very good combination in an alliance. I love them a lot. He's got 750 points, bang on the money as well. And he starts with the Necromancer of Dol Guldur for a whopping 250 points. 4 Mirkwood Spiders. That's the first warband. Fantastic. Mirkwood Spiders are obviously fantastic. They can shut down anyone once they shoot their web at them. And then we've got Warband 2, led by Yazneg, who's only 60 points. I am surprised he's not mounted, but hey, maybe the points didn't allow. But yeah, he's got 2 Orc Hunters, 2 Orcs with Orc Bows, and 2 more, so 4 Orc Hunters with Orc Bows, 2 without. 1 Orc with a banner and an Orc Bow, and 2 Orc Hunters with 2-handed weapons. His third warband is Narzug. He's got 4 Orc Hunter Orcs, and then he's got 4 Hunter Orcs with Orc Bows. And his final warband is Fimble with 4 Hunter Orcs and 4 Hunter Orcs with bows. Fantastic. So that rocks up with 33 models, which is a very good amount of models. Oh, I forgot Iron Hills. They clocked out at 34 models, which is pretty fantastic actually for an elite army. And then we've got second place. Right. We've got our first warband, and of course it's going to be Rivendell. And Rivendell are very notorious for their knights. So we've got a Rivendell knight list. Well, the leader is going to be Elrond, Master of Rivendell, with horse and heavy armor. Fantastic setup. We've got 6 Rivendell knights with shields, 1 Rivendell knight with a shield and banner, and then 1 Rivendell knight. So 7 Rivendell knights. Actually, the last Rivendell knight doesn't have a shield, so hey ho. The second warband is led by Gil-galad, with a horse and a shield. That's disgusting. Fight 9 rocking in there with his +1 to wound spear. He's got 7 Rivendell knights with shields and 1 without a shield. Yeah, rocking in at 18 models, 750 points on the money. Fantastic. And the army list, it states it's from The Hobbit, but it's all the same. Yeah, winning 5 times. So yeah, second place. Top job. I can see why the Rivendell Knight list did well. It's got hitting power, it's got shooting power, it's got maneuverability, and they're pretty tough, all being defense 6. Then we've got the first place. And I'm very happy with this list because I love this faction. We have got Corsairs of Umbar. 750 points, bang on the money again. And our first warband is led by Dalamar, Fleet Master of Umbar. Of course. Hero of legend. Perfect. He's got 6 Corsairs of Umbar with shield and spear. And then 5 Corsairs of Umbar with shield. Fantastic. I love the fact the spears have shields as well. I've seen a lot of Umbar lists where they negate the shields on the spearmen. I think that's a massive mistake because there's a big difference being defense 3 and defense 4. The main one being that most things are strength 3, so infantry wise. So instead of being wounded on 4s, you're now being wounded on 5s, along with elf bows. When they shoot at you, they're strength 3. So rather than being wounded on 4s, you're wounded on 5s again. Then we've got warband number 2, led by Delgamar, Gatemaster of Umbar, of course, Gondor at War. Yeah, he's fantastic. He's basically a banner, but not counting as a banner. He's rocking 3 Corsairs of Umbar with spear, no shields on these ones, 3 Corsairs of Umbar with shields, and 3 Corsairs of Umbar with bow. I've never seen bows taken in an Umbar force, really, because, of course, as the next warband's going to suggest, they've got something better. But, hey-ho, the points are the points, so I can see why. Warband 3 is got a captain with a crossbow, and 9 Corsair Arbalisters. Crossbows, love it. Arbalisters are fantastic. They've got their big old shield that gives them like +3 defense or something ridiculous against shooting. So they're probably getting wounded on 6s by most shots. So harder to shoot at them, but they've got their strength 4 crossbows. Downside is they can't move and shoot with those crossbows though. And then Warband 4 is led by Corsair Bosun with a shield and spear. And of course 7 Corsair Reavers. Reavers are fantastic. Love Reavers. They're so good, and of course you want to keep them near your bosun. And then we've got the Warband 5 and 6, which are identical, so I'll just say it once. It's a Harashin. Harashin? Is that how you say it? Harashan? Yeah, Harashin. They're fantastic. They've got Bane of Kings, so they're rerolling to wounds. They're 80 points. Yeah, they're just hero killers. They're assassins, stalk unseen, all that good stuff. I love Harashins. I haven't fielded many of them. I've only used them in one game before with my Serpent Horde, and they did extremely well. So I can see why they're in there. And of course, I mean, you get 2 of them in the kit with Dalamir, so you might as well. Dalamir's basically a Harashin as well. He's fantastic. The good thing about Corsairs of Umbar is, of course, 90% of your army's got throwing weapons. So if you do get to a point where you can just stand in front of the enemy and throw all your throwing weapons, do it. On top of that, a big strategy that I use, and I know people use with Corsairs of Umbar in competitive games, is to throw 1 Corsair in against, say, Strider, who you know is going to heroic combat, or Balrog, who is going to heroic combat for free, and you can bet your money I'm going to be throwing 1 million throwing weapons in on that combat, in the shooting phase, And I don't care about winning the Balrog. I care about killing my own bloke. And that shuts you down for a turn. Sure, you killed one of my models, but that saves you from getting your free heroic combat. It is absolutely disgusting, and I love it. Yeah, 42 models. So one of the higher model counts. I think the highest model counts we've seen. 750 points. Bang on the money. And 7 wins. So, yeah. Speaks for itself. I just wanted to go over these lists really quickly. I will copy and paste them into the description down below if you want to take a more in-depth look at them. But fantastic, and I love the fact that lists like these are shared for all of us to look at and get inspired by. Just a reminder, of course, these are not my lists. I'm just going over them. I think they're all fantastic. If I had to pick a favourite, obviously Corsairs of Umber, but I'm not going to pick that because they came first. Let's say I can't pick that one. I think my favourite list is probably going to be. I think I'm going to give it to the Dol Guldur, Dark Powers of Dol Guldur and Azul's Hunter. I think it's fantastic. You got one of the best casters in the game right there. Mirkwood Spiders are just broken, and Hunter Orcs are fantastic on foot. There's no cavalry in that list, but hey ho, why not? It did well. So yeah, what, 3rd place? Yeah, you can't argue with the results, can you? So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what list do you think was your favourite, and do you run any of these factions? How would you have done them any differently? The only faction I really play out of all of these is the number 1 slot, which is Corsairs of Umber, and would I have run it any differently? To be honest, I probably wouldn't have brought 2 Harishins, but of course they got 1st place, so I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I should be bringing 2 Harishins. No, I prefer my Corsairs, spam Corsairs, because they're all about trapping people. The more bodies I've got in the field, the more likely I can trap my opponent, the more likely I can get that +1 to wound. So yeah. Anyway, that is the video. If you liked it, do hit the like button, and if you're feeling especially saintly today, do consider subscribing. But even if you don't do either of those things, I still hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.